signed in through OBS.
Okay.
What you're getting at?
Yep. We hit start streaming, and it goes to restream.
So are we doing that on the web or through the...
So this is the chat function here.
Oh, okay.
What did I do?
That's
Oops.
not a dot.
What did I do? Oh, wait. And we don't need to pull this up. It would already be going. This is just to kind of show what we're doing. So it'll pull it into here because I have a custom stream key.
Yeah.
That this sends
right
to this website, and this will send to Facebook and YouTube, and we can toggle that here and here. We also get how many people watch it, and here's all the analytics for everything we get from all that. I don't know too much about it, and there's more here: chat messages, chatters, popular phrases, trending emojis, all that good stuff. We can schedule a time from here for it to just start on its own.
Right.
So if we wanted it start it at 10 every time without even having to start streaming it, it would just go.
Yep.
Shows our feed, shows where we're going, titles of the channel, social alerts, pretty much everything here.
Okay.
Yeah. It's new. Okay. So yeah, that's what's set up so far.
Okay.
Any questions to how we're sending it out? Okay.
I guess not.
So then we'll go to how it actually looks. And I have it set so only me, Molly, and Tim can see it. Actually, no, I'm on my Facebook on my phone, so I'm going to add you to that group. People that can see it. I'm just kind of show it off. Or just show you too on my phone. Would you say a lot of people watch it on their phones? Is that kind of one of the things we're...
I don't know how many people watch it.
Right.
I think it's more of a listen thing, so that's why I never really cared about the...
Oh, the image quality.
Yeah.
Would you say a lot of people watch it on their phones? Is that kind of... So on here, we have this handy feature which I can crank up and clip, and that's what we're doing now with our sound. Coming into the iPad, I've got no control of when it comes into the computer at this time, which is just a pain, really.
This handy feature which I can crank up and clip,
and that's what we're doing now with our sound. So on here, I can limit it to exactly where we want it, which would be right here. That's where it wants to bounce. That's going to get the loudest, clearest signal without yellows. And yellows is just coming in through this.
Yeah.
Now we're in just a really delayed feedback loop. Right now it's just pulling in from the internal mic.
The laptop?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And then here's the scale for the Behringer, which I have set up but not plugged in, so we're getting nothing.
Okay.
Yep.
So if I'm gonna mess with the volume, which one am I messing with? If
it would be this one.
Okay.
Yep. And so we'll go through that on Sunday. I'm hoping to be able to set it to a point where you don't even have to even think about it or consider it. There's other things we can do too in terms of transitions. Oh, here's a display of the chat function, which I'm just going to get rid of because I think it's just unnecessarily bogging down the screen. But I wanted to have it up just as a showcase.
So is that a separate chat, not from Facebook? It's not like comments from Facebook.
Sorry, it's comments from Facebook and
Okay.
YouTube.
Okay.
So that chat function is pulled together through Restream, and we can have this open as well without it being on here. If you wanted to chat to both.
What do you say that again? What do you mean?
I'll show you.
You gotta choose.
Okay. We can have this chat pulled up and choose not to display it.
Right.
Here. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically I've siphoned this screen like I'm siphoning ProPresenter.
Sure.
And pulling it right in. So if we wanted it there, we can have it. If we don't, we don't. And we can make it more opaque, and we can have it fade faster and smaller. But when you're looking at a screen like this, it pulls up really small.
Yeah, well, and we don't need everybody seeing chats necessarily.
Right.
Because they're going to be on Facebook. They're going to see it anyway.
Right. And it would just be for when we start multi-platform, if we want them to have some kind of community between platforms.
That's the pastor position thing.
Right. That's the online campus you were thinking. Yeah. So that would help enable that. And then in terms of just putting this onto our website, we should be able to embed it from here. Somehow I saw it somewhere.
Yeah, there's some link or whatever.
Yeah. We can upgrade this, but right now this is free. There are other services that are better. They offer more. But again, they're paid for it.
Barely using it.
Yeah. This is a free program. OBS is a free program.
Right.
I went everything free as I could. Again, if we really wanted to dive into it and for when Tim is talking about 3 cameras and a switcher and graphics floating across the screen.
In 15 years?
We'll do that if we want to do that. But for now, this is what we got for free.
Yeah.
So that's Restream. That's Facebook. The last thing, okay. A way for us to do great cuts and such, to have it feel like that high-end performance without paying that high-end cost, would be to set up scenes like this and then just transition into them as we
So anytime you click on them, like...
Yeah. It'll jump.
Okay, but they're not.
Nope, because it's a delay.
Okay.
Yep. Also, you can change the transitions here.
Yeah.
We've got a fade. Change the duration of that as much as we want. Slide across. Luma wipe. Which I like. And then we have a fade to color, which we can change the colors we want. I just pulled a color that we've been using for Engage. And we can change the duration of that as well. We can also add a photo that will flash if we wanted to do things that way. But that's just kind of show the idea of things. Yeah, so then what I wanted to play around with after our meeting is to see if I could take this and yes, I can. Okay, so this is how I would get the tight shot of Josh for the worship. And we would just have worship
sermon?
and for the sermon,
Okay.
Sorry.
That, just saying, is going to be hard because people move around so much. So yes, you can tighten it up, but just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, can't go... Like,
we're not gonna
like
go
if
crazy
if we put that rug back up there, like that's as tight as you can go. You know, like something like that. You can't get like, just their face or whatever.
Yeah. Yep. And if it's an issue of blurring and we lose the quality on doing that, then we'll not do it, because the whole point is to have better quality, rather than fun transitions and silly decals. Not saying that they're not worth something to have that kind of thing, but tell you what, since I messed around with it so much, I'm just gonna go and copy this copy, and paste it as a reference. So it'll copy onto the same exact as the one before it.
Sure.
So that when we switch through them, it stays the same. See how it kind of wiggles there?
Mm-hmm.
It's because it's not copied correctly. Yeah. And then in order to add, so which of these decals did you like?
Well,
none of them.
The worship one is the only updated logo that's on any of those.
Okay.
But
we don't like it.
Yeah, I think it needs to probably be white instead of gray.
Okay.
And I mean, depending on what our shot looks like when we get it up in the Clyde, it might need to be smaller.
Right, because Steve would end up being either this big or this big.
Yeah.
But it's still going to be a lot smaller than the text would be. And we don't want to overpower our presentation. And we can work on ratio too as well, but that would all be troubleshooting. Yeah. There's another mode on here to speak to the cuts, to preview something before actually sending it through to the feed. The feed is on the right, the preview's on the left.
Right.
And then you would double click it, and that would feed over.
Okay.
Or you could highlight it and then hit transition.
Okay.
And you might even be able to, use the buttons. And we don't really want this.
Something.
Yeah.
Can you do that? Nope.
What was that?
I was just using the arrows and hitting enter, and it doesn't work.
Okay.
I was curious.
There are hotkeys that we can customize under preferences, and so even when you're out of OBS, when this is just in the background, if you hit, say, your F keys or an option key, it'll just start a certain thing.
Sure.
That way you don't have to ever lose control of your ProPresenter. You can always just be up here. And that'll just play in the background. Shouldn't have any issues there. But the best way to do it all, I've found when I was monkeying around with all the displays, is to plug everything in. And that's the projector, that's the stage display, that's everything we want. Plug it all in, and then pop open ProPresenter, pop open OBS, and then if there's an issue, we monkey around from there.
Yeah.
But that way, everything kind of has it's saved in the computer of where it wants to go. So if we pop them up and it's nowhere to go, and then try to plug it in, it's just going to get confused.
So, okay. So the volume setting then on the laptop, what does it need to be now? Like still cranked?
For playing videos?
Well, all the time, pretty much. Because when I always leave it here for going out to the soundboard.
Right,
and through the system.
Yep.
And when I'm on Facebook, I mute it from Facebook, not from the laptop.
Right. Yeah, it would still be cranked. Yeah, and then if I've routed it funny to send through to the... Yeah, if I've routed it funny to send through to the TV from the board, I'll fix that on Sunday, and I'll triple check all my routings.
I mean, I don't know that it's a board issue. I was thinking more it was a laptop issue because that other box is coming out of the laptop straight to the TV. It doesn't even go to the board.
Right, and that's exactly it. And I haven't changed any settings on here for anything audio wise. Everything I've done to make it work together has been on the board.
Okay.
So that's been like my major like what the heck is going on is that I've done nothing to here, but it doesn't go to the board at all. It just routes through. So unless me plugging things in reverted the settings on here, I've done nothing to actually physically do it.
Yeah. I was just wondering if something like that happened to the audio port too.
Okay. Yeah, and then
since that hasn't been working, I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I get you.
Because that's the only thing that's changed is that we're like you've been plugging this stuff in and then doing whatever you're doing here and doing whatever you're doing here.
Right.
So I don't know.
Did I just? Okay, there it is.
You just added it to.
There we go. Yep. So then we just hit stop.
Sure.
Stop streaming, and.
So do that, and then